Howdy all, welcome to another edition of Leonard Solo. Today we're going to be looking at Zakk Wylde's The Farewell Ballad. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. Now the song's in D minor, and obviously Zakk's very big on his pentatonic, so let's think about that D minor pentatonic for most of this, and it's all around that area. For the start of that, we're going to be on 10 of the 4th string and do a hammer to 12, and then I play 10, 12, and then a bend in and out on the 3rd string. I pull off to 10 on the 3rd string, and then I want to go to 12 of the 4th. All together. Okay, at the end of that, we want to slide from 12 to 14 on the 3rd string. I'm using my ring, and then I hit 13 of the 2nd with my middle, and then I slide from 14 to 12 with my ring finger. So we're going to go all together. Okay, then the next bit goes. Let's slow that down. I'm doing a hammer on from 10 to 12 on the 3rd string. And then I hit the 10 again. And then from 9th fret, I go 9 to 10 as a hammer, and then I hit 9 again. I do a slight slide from either 10 or 11. It doesn't matter too much, but we want to get to 12. And we're hitting that harmonic minor note on 11 of the 4th string. Sort of go. And then I hit 12 again, and then I want to hit 12 one more time and slide to 14. Sort of go. Okay, so I guess from the second half of this phrase we had this. Let's try the whole section one more time. The second section is going to start off with a couple of very similar phrases played back to back. So I'll show you the first one. I'm going to slide from 12 to 14 on the 3rd string, and then hit 13 of the 2nd string with my middle finger. And I slide from 14 back to 12, and then play 10. That's all on the 3rd string. So we're going. We do roughly the same thing again, the slide in. So it's from 12 to 14, then to 13. And this time when I slide from 14 back to 12, I pull off to 10, and then I want to play 12 at the end of that. So to go. So back to back, we've got. Okay, then we do roughly the same thing 2 times in a row, which is just what we had at the very start of this whole section. So it's almost like we've got the first bit being the same, the second bit has got the sort of slidey pull-off thing, and then the 3rd and the 4th are exactly the same thing twice. So we've got. And the last bit goes. Let's slow that ending bit down. I'm going to slide from 12 to 14 on the 3rd string, hit 13, and then go back up to 14 of the 3rd. At the end of that, Now you can cross over to different fingers, but I noticed Zakk was sort of just leaving his middle there and hammering the pinky, and I gave that a try, and it wasn't too weird. So it goes hammer from 13 to 15, and then you just play 13 at the end. Let's try the whole section. Start of the third section is going to start on 15 to the first string. I'm going to do sort of 6 bends up, so we're going to go. At the end of the 6th one, I bring it down and pull off to 13. Now you notice that I'm not sort of going all the way back down. I'm sort of holding it at the top of that 15 bend and just pulsing down a tiny bit. So it's sort of, not changing the note too much, but we're still getting sort of that rising and falling of the notes. So we've got 6 of those, and then the pull off to 13. Okay, after that I want to play 15, and then hammer from 13 to 15, so it'll go. And then at the end of that, I want to go back to 13, and then hit 15 of the second string. The whole section thus far is... Okay, the end of that goes... Okay, let's slow that down, so it'll go... So I'm going 15, 13 on the second string, and then I go to 14 of the string above, and then I want to hammer from 13 to 15 on the second, so I go... Then that goes back to 13, and then 14 of the string above. So it goes... Now, as soon as I hit this 14, I want to slide from 14 to 12, and then hit 10, so I go... Okay, and then at the end of that, I want to hit 10 twice on the third string. So I've got sort of a Sweet Home Alabama-y kind of sound here. Let's slow that down. I'm bending 12 of the third and then hitting the pinky on 13 of the second string. And obviously I'm sort of bending that note. I want to have that sort of sustaining at the top of that bend while we hit the second string. And I bend it again. So when I bend it the second time, I'm playing the first and then the second string. So at the end of the second group, when I'm playing the first and the second string, I want to bring that bend down, pull off to 10, and then just hit 12 twice. So go. Alright, let's have a look at the whole section from the bends on 15. Fourth section. This is when stuff gets a little bit more adventurous. You might want to chuck yourself on the bridge pickup, and I think Zakk uses a bit of wah, but we'll skip that today. So let's have a look at the start of this. Alright, we're starting off with a nice emotional bend on 13 of the second string. And then I go 10, 12, 13 on the first. And then I want to do a bend with my middle finger, whatever you have left on 12, just as a semitone. So all together. Then it goes. So what I'm doing here is I'm going from 10 of the first string, and then I go to 13 of the second, and then 13 of the first, and then back up to 13 of the second string. So it goes. And then I go back to 10 of the first string, and then do a nice delicious bend on 13 of the second. So all together we're going. Okay, after that it goes into this. Let's slow that down. So when I do it and I'm playing along, I'm kind of not thinking exactly how many notes are, but as I sort of slowed it down, I sort of figured it was a single note on 10 of the first string, and then I'm doing about 9 notes here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I go back to the pointer on the first string, so it's like something along those lines. And then from after we've hit that pointer once, it goes to this phrase 3 times. So what I'm doing there is just sort of a pentatonic, but with a further note over here, which would just sort of be working down that pentatonic. We've just got an extra note on 15. So what I'm doing here is I'm going 13, 15, 13, 10 on the first string, and then 13 of the second string. Let me just readjust. So we're going, and we want to do 3 of those. Sorry, we want to end that whole phrase on 10 of the first string. So now I think we've got 6 notes. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we do 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had the little tremor before, and then into 3 of that group. Okay. After I've done that, I go and I do a similar idea, but on the second string. Now the shape's going to change because if we do exactly the same, we'll get that weird, gross blues note. So we do need all 4 fingers for this phrase. I think it roughly starts from that ring finger, but at full speed. Yeah, I'm sort of hitting that note at the end of, and then hitting it again for the start of the next one. And the next one, I think, goes through 8 times. So we're going 13, 15, 13, 10 on the second string, and then to 12 of the third string, and then ending that on 10 of the second string. So we've got 6 notes again. We want to do 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So at the end of that, I've got that big kind of pentatonic run. I do a really big bend. I think it's 2 full tones. I can't quite bend it as far as that can because, you know, I fear my string will break. But I'm on 13 of the second string. And then I go from 10 of the first and just work my way down the pentatonic. So it goes 10 of the first, 13, 10 on the second. See what I mean? And then at the end of that, I want to do a bend on 12 of the third string. So I bend from 12 up and back, pull off to the 10, and then I hit 12 of the third to finish. All right, if we can, let's try and put all of section 4 together. All right, guys, let's have a look at the next section. Starting from 15th fret of the first string, we're going to do 5 bends up, and much the same as we had in one of the earlier sections, we're not going to bring it down too much. So I want to do 5 of these in a row. We have a short break, and then we hit a 6th, and then we want to hit it again and then bring it down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. After I bring the bend down, I want to pull off to 13, and then play 15. So all together. Okay, the next section, I'll play it for you, just the little group. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm hitting 15 twice and pulling off to 13. And then I hit 13 and slide to 12, and then play 13 with my middle finger and pull off to 12. So this might look a little bit silly, but just because of the fingering we've got left, it sort of makes sense in the grand scheme of things. So we're going to go. Okay, the next phrase that follows that, I'm playing 10, 12, and then I play 10, 12, 10 as a hammer-on into a pull-off on the first string, sort of go. And then I go to 13 at the second string after that. At the end of that, I want to go to 10 of the first, and then finish on a bend on 13 of the second string. Okay, let's try the whole thing from the start now, from the 5 bends. After that bend, I'm going. So I'm playing from the first string, 10th fret, 13 to 12, sorry, 13 to 10 on the second string as a pull-off, and then 12 of the third string. So just working down your basic pentatonic shape. After that, I want to quickly hit 10 at the second string, and then borrow this phrase from just before, which is a kind of speedy pentatonic 4-fingered shape here, and we're going to do 3 of these. So just to quickly recap, we're going 13, 15, 13, 10 on the second, 12 of the third, and then back to 10 of the second. Okay, so let's have a look at it from the start one more time. Okay, so after we've done the 3 of these, 1, 2, 3, I want to do a bend from 12 of the 3rd, pull off to 10, and then hit 12 again. So after that, I want to do another big bend from 12 up, and then just hit it again at the bottom. So I go. Okay, let's try putting the whole section together. Alright guys, let's have a look at the last section. I originally thought that this was legato, but it's actually picking all the notes. So we want to go from 15 to 17 4 times, and then 13 to 15 4 times, and then 12 to 13 4 times, and then 10 to 12 4 times. Okay, and then we do pretty much exactly the same thing again, except when we get to the 3rd group, 1, 2, 3, 4. It only does 3 of these. And then we do 4 here. And then it goes a bend on 13. So let's try the whole thing thus far from the start of this section. Okay, and then at the end of that it goes. Alright, so look at this very last part. I'm playing 13 of the 2nd string and then bending 12 of the 3rd string. I'm going to play this up and then play it back down again. And I pull off to 10 on the 3rd string, and then I want to hit 12 twice. Sort of go. And after that I want to hit 10 of the 3rd and then 12 of the 4. So all together. Let's try from the very start of that section now. And that's it. That's the Farewell Ballad. A nice, epic, long lesson for you. I'll catch you guys real soon. Hope you dig it.